That was the last thing I expected.
Honestly, how in the world did that happen?
This can't be true. Masato! Excuse me, could you be a bit quieter, please? Oh, I'm sorry about that. My name is Akito Tsukishima. I'm just an ordinary corporate worker. Right now, my wife and I are talking about the movie we watched earlier at a cafe. We were crying because the movie's main character died in the end of the movie, trying to protect his best friend. I didn't think he would die like that. We've lost a great person. I honestly want to complain to the director.
Honestly, you should. You definitely should.
Actually, I shouldn't do that.
You're right. You shouldn't do that.
Misaki has a very dependent personality, and she's a bit dumb. Out there. I find that part of her cute, too, but I'm worried she might be taken advantage of by someone. Misaki is actually the daughter of the president of my company. I found that out right before I married her, so I'm not at all marrying her for money. We started to get along when we ran into each other at the movies, and found out we both loved watching movies. Misaki was hiding the fact that she was the daughter of the president, and she worked in a different department, so when she introduced me to her parents, I was surprised. But it's not like I'm going to be the successor or anything, so I just married her without hesitation. Misaki has a brother, Riku-san, who's 3 years older. My brother-in-law is young, but plays an important role in the company, so there's no way I will be assigned as the next president or anything like that. Misaki left the company when we married, and we're thinking of having kids now, so she's focused on her role as a housewife now. One day, my mother-in-law fell sick, so we decided to live together.
I'm sorry that we had to live together because of me.
That's not a problem. Your husband's busy with work, so I'm worried for you living all alone.
He's right. We have to help each other out. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Thank you. You guys make me feel better, but our house is really old.
Don't worry about that. I talked with your husband, and we've decided to renovate the house. It will take some time, though.
Is that so? Well, thank you for everything.
Anytime. We'll be living together from now on, so it's a must. We're going to make the house more accessible, too. It should make it easier for you to get around. My mother-in-law is a very kind and intelligent person. I've learned a lot from her, and respect her a lot, so I'm glad I can help her. I wonder who Misaki got her personality from. After a while, the renovation was finished. Seemed like both of them loved the new house, and I felt relieved. We started living together, and after a month, Misaki's brother came to join us. Wow, it's a completely different house now!
Bro, it's been a while.
What a surprise! I didn't expect you to come back.
I heard you guys renovated the house, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. It looked so worn out before.
I know, right? I'm really grateful for our new house. It's fantastic. It was Akito-kun's friend who did the renovation, actually.
Wow, is that so? He gave me a friend discount, which really helped us out a lot. It looks really good. I might live with you guys too. Are you being serious, Riku? I mean, you have an extra room for me, no? Why not?
I thought you said you didn't want to live with parents.
That's because the house was super worn down before. It was embarrassing to live there. Well, the house was passed down from my father. I didn't think we would be able to get a renovation this easily either. And we had my mother living with us until recently, so it couldn't have been helped. We should have just put Grandma in the nursing home from the get-go.
Riku, how dare you say that?
Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to move in here from next week, so be prepared for that. The house was huge, and we had some extra rooms, so we didn't have any particular reason to deny him. But brother-in-law seemed a bit hard to get along with. He looked down on people and talked crap about them. He did his job well, so no one really said anything to him at work. But basically everyone hated him. And on the first day he moved in with us, he already caused us trouble. I'm gonna use this room! It's super spacious!
That's Misaki and Akito-kun's room.
What? I don't care. They can just use the second biggest room.
That's me and your father's room. You're all alone. Just bear with it.
Then why can't everyone just use the room separately? And why did they get a larger room than the owners of the house anyway? That's because Akito-kun has to bring work back home sometimes. I sometimes take my work back home too! Well, you live alone, don't you? Plus, they're thinking of having a child soon too. If they do, they would need a bed for the child. It's better for them to have a big room. Damn it! Sorry. It's all my fault.
Don't worry about it, Akito-kun, really. You're living here with us for my sake, Akito-kun.
For your sake? What are you talking about?
Akita-kun and Misaki suggested to live with us because I fell sick, you know?
The renovation took longer than we expected, though.
But we never know what could happen in the future, so it's better for us to live together.
Thank you. You're such a kind person, Misaki.
I wonder why Riku isn't like her at all. Well, thank you too, Akito-kun.
We help each other out when we're in need. That's how families should be.
Thank you.
Hey, stop being such a goody-goody. I know you just want their inheritance money.
What in the world are you saying?
I mean, it's true. Misaki has nothing special to her. He probably just married her because she's your daughter. That's not true. I love Misaki for herself, and there's a bunch of things Misaki is great at.
Really? What do you like about me then?
You're really good at cooking, and you take care of me. Well, she's a housewife. It's obvious that she can do that. Even I can do those things. Well, it's true that Misaki couldn't do her job as well as others, but she has her own qualities. Don't say stuff like that.
Riku, cut it out, man! I don't mind you living here, but if you're going to cause trouble like this, I'm kicking you out!
What the heck, Dad? He's the one who's trying to fight me!
He's not trying to fight you at all!
He's arguing with me, Dad! It's basically the same thing!
What's with you and your entitlement, Riku? Do you even hear yourself right now?
Huh? What are you even talking about? I'm the next president, and he's just an employee! I get to tell him what to do. Am I wrong?
Riku, you!
It's fine, Father. I don't mind it at all.
Even if you don't mind.
See? He said he doesn't mind. So I can say whatever I want to him, man. I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep.
Hey, Riku!
I'm so sorry. I can't believe my son would actually say that.
Please, don't be. It's really not that deep. I haven't really talked with Riku-san before, so he could be feeling a little uneasy living with me now.
I sure hope that's the reason.
I definitely failed to raise him properly.
Honestly, he's not wrong about that. Misaki's parents are both very nice people. They've been kind to me ever since I met them, and they weren't against our marriage either. If anything, they were really supportive.
It's going to be fine. I'm sure Big Bro's going to like you too eventually, Akita-san.
I sure hope so. So I thought. But it really seemed like he hated me with his soul, and he always tried to start a fight or an argument with me. And the three would try to stop him every time, but he just wouldn't seem to give up. But one day, my father-in-law finally said,
If you harass Akito-kun again, I'm actually kicking you out!
So I thought he would change his mind. But after a while, he started to do it, but this time out of their sight. Even at work, he made up some stupid reason to force work on me, and he was getting really annoying. Even for me, this is too much, and it's starting to get on my nerves. I'm almost at my limit now. One day, when Misaki's parents were out, this happened. Hey!
Yes?
What is it? Are you thinking about getting out of here? I'm not planning on that. No. What? Why not? I'm Misaki's husband, and I'm worried about her parents too. It seems like her father's health is deteriorating recently too. Misaki and I will be here, so it's gonna be fine. Misaki's sometimes not so reliable. And you're really busy with your work, though. Well, that's because I play an important role in the company, unlike you. But anyway, you're not needed here in this household. So just get out of here. Scram! Why are you so mean to me, brother? I'm the next president of the company. I don't need another man in this house. It's annoying. Get out of here, stranger. That has nothing to do with me. I don't even want to be the president. Ha! You're really going to say that after marrying Misaki? Oh, and I've heard Misaki doesn't like you anymore. What? Misaki said that?
That's right. Big Bro's right. We don't need you, Akito-san, so get out of this house.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I think Big Bro was saying the right thing this whole time.
See? Misaki agrees with me too. Just leave already. I understand, but I won't take responsibility if something happens then. What do you mean, something happens? Pfft. I'll just tell my dad you've had a fight with Misaki or something. I see. Then I'll bring the divorce certificate later. So be prepared for that, Misaki.
All right.
I quickly packed up my stuff and left the house. They looked so happy when I left the house, but I really didn't expect Misaki to take his side. Her being easily influenced or a bit out there, honestly, couldn't make up for what she'd done this time. I'm honestly shocked, but oh well. My parents live far away, so I'll have to crash at my friend's place for a while. The next day, I had a day off, so I was searching for an apartment online when I got a call from my brother-in-law. Help me, man! Help me? What do you mean? You know what I mean! You stopped funding our company, right? Please, you can't just stop doing that! I mean, I don't know. I apologize for everything I've said! You can even come back if you want, so please, You have to keep funding our company! We're strangers, so no. What? You're my little brother-in-law! When we get a divorce, I won't be your brother anymore. Don't say that, man! Come on! Whatever you say, you can't convince me to fund your company again. So bye. No, wait! I cut the call there, but he kept on calling me, so I just ignored him. But when my father-in-law gave me a call, I couldn't ignore it, so I decided to go see him. Misaki and Riku-san had their faces flared up from crying, and their mother and father were absolutely furious with them. This is what you call hell on earth, huh? You're here!
You're here, my ass! What the heck were you two thinking?
But I didn't know it was going to lead to something like this!
I've been telling you about this for a long time.
But I didn't think it was actually true!
You thought we were joking? Oh, I can't believe you.
How do you expect me to believe that this guy was funding such a big amount to our company? I've actually been doing foreign exchange from a long time ago, and been quite successful with it. I didn't want to spend that money, so I kept most of it, and only used some to give back to my parents. My only hobby is to watch movies, and I'm not really materialistic at all. Misaki isn't so materialistic either, so I didn't really give her presents and stuff. And even if I did...
If I have expensive items on me, everybody's going to find out that I'm the president's daughter, so I don't need it.
She said to me. Gosh, I really loved this side of her too. I remember I would only use money on her for anniversaries because of that. And I decided to start funding the company because 1 year after we got married, the company faced financial difficulties. My father-in-law was struggling to find someone who would fund the company. Upon hearing that, I suggested financing the company to him. I remember him being so surprised to find out that I had so much money on me. I'm still funding the company, and it's at the point where if I stop funding them, the company will essentially go bankrupt. And right now, my brother-in-law found that out, and he's begging for me to forgive him. I'm so sorry about this.
What are you going to do about it? Your actions not only affect us, but all of our employees as well!
I'm really sorry!
I can't believe you didn't believe us, even though we told you. I knew you weren't the type to listen to people, but that was a really serious matter to our company, you know?
How would I believe such a mediocre-looking guy to have that much money? I told everyone about how I made my money through foreign exchange before I married Misaki. Oh, but now that I remember, you weren't in Japan around the time when we got married. Then you can't blame me if I didn't know!
That doesn't matter! You're the next president! You should know everything about the people who fund our company!
I mean, let's put that to a side for a second. I want to ask why you dislike me so much, brother. That's because Mom and Dad seem to really like you, and your reputation at work was great too. So I was really scared you might take over my position as the next president. I told you I didn't want to be president. But how could I believe you? I thought you were marrying Misaki just to become the next president, you know?
He is funding and supporting our company. Of course I would give him the care he needs.
Even without it, I always thought Akito-kun is a great person.
I honestly don't care about becoming the president. I just want to eat good food every day and live a happy life. I really don't need anything crazy in my life. Oh, really? I'm really sorry I doubted you, man. It's all right. We've resolved the misunderstanding.
No, it's definitely not fine. I now understand your true colors. You don't listen to people. You don't believe people. There's no way you will become the company's next president.
No!
Honestly, I was thinking of you not being the most suitable as a president from a long time ago. I kept you at the company because you are my son. But apparently, you're treating my employees like crap, aren't you? I talked to the employees myself because of today's case. And everyone told me that you're terrible.
That's because...
If you keep acting like that, there's no way the company will run smoothly. You could be part of the reason why our profit is not growing.
There's no way?
Think about it. Do you want to work with a terrible boss? Absolutely no one would want to.
Yes?
I'll think about what I'm going to do with you.
And don't expect to be able to stay here. So Akito-kun, you can come back if you want to, okay?
Thank you so much, but I'm planning on having a divorce with Misaki.
What?
Because you don't need me, right?
That's because Big Bro told me to say that.
I knew it was something like that too.
Then...
But then I thought, there's a reason why you followed his orders, right? I thought you were just tricked into doing it like usual. But I overheard you guys talking about something when I was packing my stuff. This way we can finally cut ties with him.
Hey, Big Bro, you didn't tell anyone about it, right?
Of course not. I haven't told anyone that you're cheating on him.
Hey, keep it down. Someone might hear us.
It's all right. He's still in the room packing his stuff, but honestly, I didn't think you were going to cheat on him, man.
He was really, really handsome, you know?
You were easily persuaded again, right?
It's not like that. This time, I really like him. I love him.
I've heard you say that over and over since high school.
Wait, really?
Misaki is cheating on me. And it's not her first time, either.
That's not true. You must have misheard it.
I actually recorded you guys' conversation. Do you want to hear it?
Ugh.
You were probably hit on the streets and followed him, right?
That's not...
Are you really going to deny it? Not only that, I checked my bank book the other day and found withdrawals I wasn't familiar with. Are you using my money?
I'm sorry.
Misaki, you too? Really?
I knew you were going out a lot recently, but I can't believe you were cheating on him. You've done it this time.
You get out of our house too, Misaki! You're not my daughter anymore!
What? I don't even have a job right now.
That's not my problem. I don't need an unfaithful daughter in my family!
I pulled out the divorce certificate and handed it to Misaki as she was crying. Her parents forced her to sign the certificate, and I was finally able to divorce her. Before she signed it, she kept asking me to take her back, crying, but there was no way I would do that. After that, she really got kicked out of the house, and she had to actually start working. However, she was rejected by every company she applied to because of her skills. And so, apparently, she now makes money as a streamer. She sent me a link to her stream once, so I went to check it. But there was a bunch of comments saying, she's a bit too dumb for me. She's way too easily influenced. And I couldn't hold in my laughter seeing them. I mean, if she can't work a normal job, she would have to use that to her advantage. I'm not sure what she'll be doing in the future, but we're strangers now. I can only wish her best of luck now. On a different note, I sued her for consolation money for having an affair, so I'm keeping her contact just to get the updates on that case. I've sued Misaki's boyfriend for consolation too, so that's that. Apparently, he was married to his wife too, so that must have been rough for him. Oh, and this is just whatever, but Riku-san actually did get fired from the company. The research the president has done revealed all the wrongdoings and harassments he was doing to the employees, so it's deserved. His father was... I should have been more strict on him, otherwise this wouldn't have happened. I thought he would change his mind in the future, but I guess I was wrong. I'm so sorry about this. He apologized not only to me, but also to the employees countless times. Well, I guess it is partly their fault for letting him do whatever he liked. I hope the president does his best to support the victims of his harassments. Riku-san was able to find a job after he got fired, but he did go to a smaller company, so now he's struggling with his salary being lower than before. He was supposedly the next president, so apparently he was spending loads of money, and it seems like he even had some loans. He's barely getting by right now, and even selling his high-brand items for extra cash to pay back his debt. Apparently, he keeps on asking the president for help. The president tells me about it all the time. On a different note, I actually didn't stop funding the company. I actually had it all planned out with the president in advance, to punish Riku-san and Misaki. Those two made mistakes, but the employees have done nothing wrong, so I really didn't want the company to go bankrupt and put all the people out of jobs. I couldn't do that even if I wanted to. I'm really sorry about everything. It's fine. If anything, I feel really refreshed now.
You did so much for us. You've renovated our house and everything. Actually, I want you to have the house.
You did pay everything for the renovation. We want you to have it.
I really can't take it. I did it for you guys, not for myself. Plus, I really don't need that big of a house anyway.
Are you sure?
And we settled this by giving me the management rights, remember? Though, I'm not really positive about this either. Believe it or not, the president gave me the management rights to the company as his apology for this whole thing. Of course, that's when he retires though. Apparently, there were a couple of candidates, but he wasn't really convinced by any of them. But now that I'm going to be the next president, I'm going to have to study hard for it. He even told me that he wants to adopt me into his family, but I've yet to answer that request. Right now, I'm just trying not to have the company go bankrupt while I'm in charge.